For real, for real. I am for real. You don't like that song?
I don't know what that song even is.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh.
I am for real.
Yeah, there we go.
Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize.
How do you now all of a sudden just remember it?
Actually, I've listened to that song a bunch of times. It's in a video of this amazing boxer, and they did a montage of his greatest moments, and they called him the Drunken Master
Well,
because he like wibbled and wobbled all over the place, and he knocked people out. It was awesome.
good thing we are the sober Sallies over here.
Well, he was sober too. He just got
But
into
the
such a
drunken,
groove.
the drunken master, though.
Yeah, he was a professional boxer. He never fought drunk.
Oh, that would be a treat.
He was Floyd Mayweather's hardest fight.
Interesting. I'm more of a UFC person, but anyway. Welcome back, guys, to the Zion Podcast, episode number 4. And as you can see, we got Zachary back again.
Hello.
And that is because, 1, I am sharing my testimony today and my story. And 2, moving forward, it'll be me and him, unless we have a guest, until we can get a third mic. And the reason for that is just because I think our conversation was really smooth and helps me be able to just kind of go back and forth with someone on topics and conversation for the episode. So, hello, Zachary, once again.
Hi, Dallas.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's a busy day, busy week. I'm in the process of moving, which is always such a good time. Yeah, friends are pulling through and helping me out, and it's going fairly smooth.
Praise the Lord for friends.
Absolutely. He gave them all to me, so.
Same.
So we're here. I am going to be taking over as host for this episode and maybe the occasional future episode. But we're here to talk about your journey with Christ.
Scary.
It is a little scary.
It's
Intimidating to talk about it. You know, there's a lot to go over. There's a lot of little details that everybody wants to hear, I'm sure.
Definitely.
And so we'll take our time and we'll get through this. So.
I definitely might cry.
Good.
And I hope
I want you
do.
to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
Crying
good.
is great.
Crying
I
is
love
good for you.
crying. Crying is so good.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about before Christ? What life was like, relationships, friendships.
Well,
give us a little bit of
how
background.
how far back you want me to go?
However far you want.
Well, so I've grown up in a Christian household. Pretty much went to church my whole life up until I was like 16, 17. And then unfortunate thing happened with a pastor at my church. I wanted to get baptized when I was a teenager, and he basically told me I wasn't allowed. And that really reared me off of my relationship with God for a while there. And then I turned 17 and basically asked my mom, like, hey, do I have to go to church or is it my choice now? And I mean, that broke her. That was hard for her to hear from her son, but she knew that I had to make my own choices and learn things my own way. And she basically said, like, yeah, we want you to come, but you are old enough where you can make that choice, right?
Yeah. Well, especially if you get turned away from a pastor for something super important.
Yeah, that portion of it, like that with him and everything, like he ended up apologizing to my mom personally because of that situation, how he handled it. So all of that is forgiven and everything. And I mean, obviously where I'm sitting today, everything happens for a reason. So, but anyway, when I turned from Christ, I basically just went into a life of just living for the world. I mean, it wasn't like crazy partying or nothing. I was never into that stuff. It was more so just like I lived my life, and I always knew, I was just like, well, I do believe in God, but do I want to live for that? I always had the question in my head of like, well, I get the choice to do what I want.
Yeah.
Like this is my life to live. Why would I want to, like, look, what if I have to sacrifice something that I really love? Which was a huge question in my head a lot, especially with like career-wise, life-wise choices. Like, what if this is something that I'm so passionate about that I love so much and God tells me not to? Like, that's hard.
Do you have anything specific?
I can't remember anything from when I was younger about that. I think it might have just been like definitely like relationships for the most part, because like I mean I hadn't been single up until like late last year since I was 17, so
Yeah, just
I wa-
bouncing
I-
from relationship to relationship to relationship.
yeah, and it wasn't even like short bounces either. It was like
Yep.
a year and then 6 months and then 7 years and then moved here and
Yeah.
all that
I
stuff.
played that game too.
So it's like, wow, being single now, what a difference.
It's nice.
It's so weird.
Because you're how old now?
25, turned 26 in a month.
We get to throw a birthday party for you. That's exciting.
Too bad we're moving the day after my birthday, so.
That's lame.
But my birthday's on Sunday,
That's
and
awesome.
I'm going out for dinner, so
That's awesome.
should be fun. Yeah,
And then we moved the next day.
yeah. But I'll let all the Zion guys know what day we need help with stuff. It'll probably be the 8th, which is a Monday, which is gonna be hard for people, but
If you're moving in the evening, I could probably help out, but
yeah. Well, anyway, back
Anyways.
on topic.
sorry, back on topic.
No.
Relationships.
Squirrel. Every
That's
time.
gonna be us.
Every time. Just ADHD brains.
Sharing that, fighting for that one brain cell.
Anyway, yeah. So I was in a relationship from 18 till 2024. So I was just about to turn 24. So almost 2 years ago when I moved here.
Yep.
Me and my ex-wife, we were dating for, oh man, I haven't thought about this in a long time. We dated for 3 years before we got married. We were engaged for 1. I thought that she was my person. My family also thought that too, like even though I wasn't really living for Christ or whatever, like we lived together after a year. Do not do that.
No.
Do not do
I
that.
get married in 2 months and I'm still not living with her.
Don't live with someone before you're married. It's not, anyway. And we were not going to church. We weren't living for Christ. And she ended up going to do like a small Bible study with my family, like my mom and sister, for a while there. And she came to Christ when I was not. Is that something that like was very adamant and like you could tell in her life? I'm not too sure. I'm not going to speak too much on that.
Do you think it affected your relationship and the way you saw each other when after she came to Christ? When you weren't a believer?
See, I don't know, because like her lifestyle didn't change.
Oh no.
It was like you could see, like, you know, when someone comes to Christ, you can see like that light, like they change a little bit. Like you could see that, but then like the day to day, like all that stuff, not even reading the Bible, not going to church, that never really changed. That was all the same. And like as much as going to the small little meeting with my sister and mom, like definitely helped. And like one of the things that she asked before we got married, like 6 months before, she was like, hey, can we like be celibate? Like I feel like that needs to happen. And I told her, I was like, yeah, for sure. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, like come on. Like no. And it was hard, especially living with someone and doing that for years and years beforehand. It was hard, and I think we did pretty well considering the circumstances. There were definitely hiccups, but all in all, it went pretty well. And then we got married and honeymoon and all that stuff, and it was like, I think first it was during COVID, so it was really hard. I think that did not help my mental a lot.
No.
I think I got really comfortable with just not doing anything. I got super used to just
Laying around at home.
no, literally sitting at home, just being like, oh man, I don't have to go out, because we couldn't. So it was that part of it for me was the biggest adjustment coming out of COVID. And like she started her career like right at the end of COVID. She finished school and got into the school district and stuff, and it was that adjustment. Like her life was going forward, and I felt like I was just kind of sitting still, which is
you felt stuck.
really hard for someone you're married to keep trying to push your partner through that. And like, I mean, I know my mistakes in my marriage and why it ended, so that's definitely one of them. But even just with going through that and being married, man, I was depressed towards the end, dude.
Oh, of course.
It was, I mean, I was smoking weed every day, all day. I mean, I probably talked about it on the episode with you, but I got up at I worked at Save on Foods, delivering groceries. Honestly, a wicked job, but like I only loved it because if I didn't have a lot of deliveries for that day, I could work 2 hours and come home.
Yeah.
But I could have stayed at Save On and worked, like found something to do and
Yeah.
got paid for 8 hours. But in my head, I'm like, I'm just gonna go home, get stoned, and play video games.
Yeah,
Like, why would I want to stay here?
You just lose all the motivation
Exactly.
to actually do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
weed definitely does that.
and I got up days I don't work. I got up at 11 to 1 in the
Oh my
afternoon.
goodness.
Hit a bowl.
Yep.
Go sit at my desk. Wait for my wife to come home.
Yep.
She'd come home. We'd smoke weed together, and I would literally be stoned from probably 1 in the afternoon till like 3 in the morning.
Yep.
Every day I wasn't working, and then the days I was working, since my shifts didn't start till 2, I'd be up till 3 in the morning, stoned playing video games.
Yep.
And I mean, I couldn't imagine like being married to that and being in a relationship with that. Like, even though she did it too, she actually had motivation to do stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it right either way. But for me, like,
Pointing out flaws in somebody else is super easy. Pointing out flaws in yourself is really hard.
oh yeah,
And desiring to change those flaws is incredibly hard. But it's so important for not only as a husband, but just as an individual, for everyone. You know, I feel like it's very common now that we like to point fingers. You know, everybody does it at some point, but you know,
why
we don't-
judge another man
Exactly.
with a speck in
We-
their
we-
eye when you got a log in yours, man?
the first person we should be pointing fingers at is, what did I do wrong?
Yep.
You know, it's a lot harder to do, and it's a lot more productive.
Dude, it's way easier to be angry at someone else than to be angry at yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you know how many times, like, we'll get to this part of it, of my story too, but do you know how many times, like, when I moved here and things were going through my head and I was just like, even going through therapy, man, so many times I could have just been angry at her, just been upset at her, but I had to dig deep
Mm-hmm.
in therapy, in my relationship with God, talking with my family and friends. I had to dig deep and just, man, I did do stuff wrong. I did.
Absolutely.
What happened at the end sucked.
Yep.
And I didn't deserve that, but doesn't mean I'm sitting here being like, nope, that's why it ended.
I did
like,
everything right.
no, absolutely not. I most definitely did. And the dumbest thing I did was be stoned all the time, get sick from weed, and still smoke weed.
Yep.
It's like, I think about
There's-
that. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
You look back with hindsight, going to just think, wow, I was such a dumbass. I was just an idiot.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, I lost 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds in like a month because of being in the hospital from weed. Just nonstop vomiting. It's not fun. Absolutely not fun. Miserable being in the ER that often. And I mean, my arms literally look like I did heroin because I had so many needle marks and bruises and stuff. It was bad. And that happened, and I was like, I came out of that the first time I got sick, and I told myself, I was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna do that again. Like, that was horrible, and I did it again. I got sick again for a second time, and that was like 2 months. Like, that was actually during Christmas. We were coming home, since my family lived here before I moved here. We were coming home from here, flying. We drove to Calgary to fly out of to go back to Abbotsford, and on the drive there, we got McDonald's. And normally I'm like, oh, I'll just get a Big Mac meal or whatever, eat my McDonald's, it's fine. And I ate like half my fries. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna vomit.
Yeah.
As soon as we walk through customs, I go to the bathroom, throw up all the food I ate that day, get on the airplane. I literally was vomiting the entire time on the airplane. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. Just like everyone around is just like hearing you do that, and like your wife's just sitting next to you, just being like, man, just taking care of me again. And then, unfortunately, since we lived an hour from the airport, I had to drive home since she couldn't drive manual. So every like 30 minutes, every like 10 minutes, I'd pull over on the side of the road and vomit into my bag and then keep driving.
Wow.
And then went to the hospital, was there overnight. It's just, yeah. I can't describe how gross it makes me feel to look back at that part of my life.
Yep.
But then I also am very thankful for that part of my life. And now it might sound dumb, but man, I remember I was sitting in that hospital and one nurse who, I forget her name, but she's just so happened to live behind my parents when they lived in Chilliwack. And she came up to me one day towards like the last few times I was in the hospital, and she came up to me and she's like, "Are you doing okay? Like, I know you're sick, and like that's fine, but like everything else, are you doing okay?" And I just looked at her and I was just like, honestly, I just miss my mom. And I was sitting there, man, and I just
It doesn't matter how old you get as a man.
and
You always want your mom when you're sick.
and that was the thing, man. I told her, and I was like, I just miss my mom, and I just started crying. And she's like, "Yeah, I got 3 kids. I'm a single mother, and like I get it. Like there are days where I miss my kids, and I'm sure they miss me too." And we started talking, and it turns out that my mom gave her a Fresh Start Bible when they lived behind, and she actually started going to church, or I think she did go to church, but like it was kind of more of but she gave the Bible to her daughter and all these things, and we started talking, and then just sitting there, and sitting in a hospital lounger with IV, and there's not really much to do, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna listen to some music. And first song that popped in my head was Oceans, and that song meant a lot to me when I was like before then too, but I think I listened to that song maybe 30 times in a row, and that's a 7-minute song, dude.
I don't think I know that song.
I forget. It's not Hillsong or Hillsong Worship. I think it's Elevation Music that sings it.
It's just called Oceans?
Yeah. It's I call you out upon the oceans, great unknown, where fear may lay. Anyway, it's a long song. Did I butcher that, Ethan? Okay, I got half it right. Okay. Oh, okay. Good.
Future Canadian Idol winner here.
No, I can't sing worth a lick. It is Hillsong? Oh, dang it. You know what? I'll give myself 50% credit. At least I was on the right track. Yeah, exactly. 50% slow pass if you couldn't hear that.
I'd be absolutely devastated if I got 50% on a test.
Anyway, I was listening to Oceans repeat, and I probably was crying for like 2 hours straight.
Yep.
And then out of nowhere, I just felt the need to open my Bible and turn to Zephaniah 3:17, which is a very random book of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll actually bring it up so I don't butcher this one, because I do not want to butcher this. I can remember half of this, but it's the Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. And I read that after listening to Oceans 1,000 times in a row, and then I just texted my mom that verse. And that's the first time I'd ever talked about God with my mom in probably like 6 years.
Wow.
Other than like conversations here or there.
I can just picture her face.
And I texted her that, and her response, she says, "Have you come back to Christ?" And I was just, man, I texted her, I said yes. And
hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. And we just, yeah. And even through that, like that was probably the hardest time to be away from my family I think I'd ever experience. But I think it definitely made me stronger in a lot of ways.
Yep.
But then a couple months after that, I found out that my ex-wife was cheating on me. And that was a whole mess. I'm not going to get into any details about that. We'll just leave it at that. Obviously.
No matter the story, it's painful.
Yeah. And being with someone for 6 years and finding that out is unlike any emotion I'd ever felt in my life. I'm obviously not one to get super angry at somebody, and especially someone I'm in a relationship with, and like yell and scream. I do not want to do that. I mean, I'll never put my hands on someone. I mean, unless it's a dude and we just want to fight, then sure. But anyway,
want to go, bro?
You want to go?
Want to go, bro?
Anyway, but like that was the most angry I've ever been. And I don't like that emotion for myself. But those things happened, and I ended up driving 15 hours here by myself with everything I could fit in my little Volkswagen Golf. 2-door as well, not even a 4-door. So I didn't get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I left so many things there that I think about even today. I'm like, man, I wish I had that. And I remember because I left on Sunday night. I went and visited all my friends in BC before I left because I knew, I was like, I'm probably not going to see you guys for a while. So I texted everybody. I'm like, look, this happened. I'm leaving. I want to see you before I go. And I left Sunday night, went to Kamloops, stayed with my cousin, who was there, who I hadn't seen for a while, which was exactly what I needed, someone to talk to before I hit the road for 10 plus hours.
Yep.
And I drove from Kamloops to Medicine Hat on Monday, and I don't think I spent more than 30 minutes by myself on that drive. I called whoever I could call. Called my mom, called my dad, called my sisters, called my friends, called whoever, listened to whatever music I could, just worship music, whatever, keep my mind off it.
Yep.
But that was definitely the longest drive of my life.
It's hard to drive long distances when you're emotionally just distraught, because it takes a lot of focus to drive. People don't quite realize that.
Do you know how many times I was driving? I'm just like, man, I could just.
Yep. I've been there, man.
I could just do this and it would all go away. But God kept me going. I tell you, God kept me going. And the first encounter I'd had, other than in the hospital bed, I guess the second encounter, like the first physical encounter I had with God was when I got to Medicine Hat and I filled up for gas at the Canadian Tire, or not Canadian Tire, sorry, that was dumb. The Petro Can in Redcliffe, where the McDonald's and everything is.
Yep.
And I called my mom. I said, hey, I'm in Medicine Hat. I will be there in an hour. And we talked as I was driving through town, and I started bawling my eyes out to my mom on the phone, as I had been doing probably all day. And I just told her, I said, I'm here now, but I just don't know what do I do? Like, how am I going to get through this? I just left my life behind. I literally just restarted my life in the matter of a week.
Yep.
Of everything that happened. I just took everything and left. And then I felt this hand touch my shoulder, and words that stick with me till this day, God just said, I got you, my son. And that's, since then, man, it's just everything in my life changed.
It's all him.
All him, all for the better.
Yep.
And I got to my parents' house. They're both just waiting for me, and I just cried so much. And I mean, didn't mean that the next 5-6 months was easy.
Oh God, no.
Therapy, church, meeting everyone from the link when I started going.
That first day at Young Adults.
First day at Young Adults, seeing you at the door.
It's like my third week being there, and I'm welcoming everybody there.
Yeah, as we talked about on your episode too. But man, God does not fail.
No.
And that's something I've learned. Like, even I've been here for 2 years now. It's been 2 years since I moved here, and it feels like I've lived here for a decade.
Yeah. Medicine Hat's great.
It is.
The people
it's so
are awesome.
quiet.
It's
so
quiet.
quiet, and I love it.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, the crime isn't. It's not as good as it once was, but nothing is as good as it once was.
Unfortunately, there's crime everywhere, though.
Well, exactly.
So it doesn't really matter.
Exactly, but we have petty crime is what it feels like more. We don't have like massive gangs or drug dealers on the streets, with guns and none of that stuff.
Maybe not here. Maybe like way up north in the trees near Grand Prairie for sure.
Oh, definitely. Calgary, Edmonton.
Oh yeah, big cities.
Dumps.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I want to live in Okotoks would be my choice, just because of the baseball programs there are really good. If that's where the Lord leads me with my career.
Yeah.
But who knows? I got no idea. But man, I can't thank, every day I thank God for changing my heart, changing my life, restarting my life from scratch, and already feeling like I've done more for myself, like mentally and physically, than I did in my first 20-something years of my life.
I don't even know if I said this in my episode where I shared my testimony. I was in therapy, anger management, like counseling, whatever, the psychiatrists for 20 years. I spent 2 months in the Word with Jesus, and my entire perspective, my entire life started to change. And it really is incredible the power that He has over us and our lives and our peace of mind and our future. You know, when we trust Him, our future is amazing.
Yeah.
Even when stuff is super hard, He's there watching us, taking care of us, and it's just incredible.
And even if we fall back, even if we make mistakes, and sin. I mean, we live in a sinful world.
Absolutely.
We're all sinners.
No one is good.
He's just still there, man. And it's so evident. It's so prevalent just in my life and everyone's life around me. Like, man, He never fails. Never.
No.
Ever.
Everything He set out to do, He succeeded.
And
perfectly.
It's even prevalent in. I just said that word twice in 30 seconds. in my family with moving, like the place where we live, my parents thought that was the spot. That they're gonna retire there. They're gonna. That's where they're dying. That's where they're gonna be. That's where us kids are gonna be. And God said, "Nope, you're moving." And my parents are like, "What?
Yep.
This again?
Yep.
We moved a lot. We moved a lot."
Hold the mic down. I'm watching on the camera. You're like talking, and it's like this. You got like the microphone like totally blocking your mouth.
Oh well. Anyway, and like going through that with them. Not that for me, they were always like, "Yes, we want a spot for you to live, especially with starting school, and like we want to make sure you're not just like in the street." And I'm like, "Well, I never would be, but thank you." But they had like lots of worries, lots of concerns about like, are we going to find a spot that can fit my parents and then my sister and brother-in-law and their kid? Because they wanted to go in together. Mm-hmm. And and then they also were worried about, wow, who's going to buy this house? Who's going to buy this house?
Yeah, who would buy an acreage in this economy?
And it's like, especially there. I mean, it's a long way from town, dude. I'm excited to live closer to town.
It's 40 minutes?
To here, it's 55.
Yeah, that's a little
But
far.
going to the gym every day, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But then I remember, because I think a month before everything happened, my family, they were having like a family meeting about the house and like praying and what things like you would want, what things God's shown you, and I know every single one, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother-in-law, all got certain things. I think my mom got trees. My dad, I think, got like a shop because he needed it for work, and everything was like, wow, how are we gonna afford this? How are we like this and that with businesses and stuff? And even with their with my parents' business right now, like obviously starting a business is expensive. It's expensive, and like turnover, like you don't make supposedly you don't make profit in a business starting until like your 5th year or something. And like you got to take out lots of stuff to pay for repairs that you need. Loans. Yeah, and like seeing my parents moving here and becoming debt free when they moved from BC was awesome.
Yep.
And then God did it again.
Yep.
With this move again.
Yep. Well, they became debt free because they moved to Alberta.
Yeah.
Where taxes make sense.
That's true. And their house in Chilliwack went up by like a lot of money. I believe. So, but like even just that, and thinking of, man, yeah, you get stressed out all these things about money. I mean, I'll be stressed out about money. I'll be stressed out about, wow, how am I going to do this or that? But then just trying to remind yourself that, yeah, God will provide. Mm-hmm. He knows what's going on in your head. As long
as you put your trust in Him. Yep.
And it's hard sometimes, dude.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Especially for me being single. I'm just like, man, I want a family. But I am not mentally or financially prepared to have a family.
Yeah.
But I would love one.
Man, I would just enjoy the single life. You're only 25.
Yeah,
Enjoy it. You still got lots of time.
that's true.
Like, like wait a couple years, you'll find somebody who's a little bit younger than you. It'll be great.
I think I'm gonna end up with an older woman.
Think so? I mean, I did, so.
I have a feeling. Yeah,
Yeah.
into the Cougars.
No,
Sorry, Rachel.
she's only 3 years older than me, dude.
I'm just kidding.
Actually, he's 2 years older.
Well, you're old.
Yeah, I'm 30.
It's
I know.
like-
I got arthritis.
That's like a Do you actually have arthritis?
No.
Oh. If
No,
you
I
did,
don't.
that would have been crazy.
I did grow up with a buddy who had juvenile arthritis.
Dang. That must be hard.
He was a mean bugger. So every time he was too mean to me, I'd punch him in the knees. Again, before I was a Christian, I was not a nice person.
Oh man, every time I hear a story from you, it surprises me, Zach. That's for sure.
I was a nightmare. I was teachers hated me.
Well, teachers didn't like me because I just yapped the whole time. But I was like the complete opposite in terms of I was a very innocent, like quiet. Like I didn't do nothing crazy until like maybe grade 12. I think grade 12 was the first time I ever went to a high school party.
I got caught on top of the school in grade 2.
That's fun though.
Yeah.
We
But it
did
was-
we did that when it was closed.
But I was vandalizing the skylights.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not so cool.
Grade 2. Grade 2. I tried to lie, but I had spray paint all over my hands. So I did not get away with it.
Yikes, dude. That's grade 2. How old is that? Because in grade
Probably about 10, 8, 9? 9?
8 years old.
Yeah, 8. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what vandalizing was when I was 8.
Oh, yeah.
I was too busy playing hockey
Oh.
in my sandbox.
Oh, and I was a total klepto.
What does that mean?
Oh, if I saw something and I wanted it, I'd steal it. Just
Oh.
like just flat out, like, and it was so bad. It was such a problem. I go to stores and I just steal things from the mall or steal things from the convenience store.
I've definitely stolen
Yeah.
some things in my life.
Yeah, it's,
Mostly just candy from convenience stores, but yeah.
I used to steal candy and then I'd sell it at school to make money so I could go buy things. No.
Well, you know what? Thank Jesus for forgiveness.
Yeah, I definitely deserve the punishment for my sins, but Jesus has graced us.
Yeah. We thank
Quick pause.
God for that.
The rice does in fact need to go into the container.
Was that Rachel? Ask about rice?
Yeah, I've got like one of those big Costco bags of rice, and yeah, she just needed it in the container. So.
Nice.
Sure, she was asking if it could go. She's a good woman. She was asking permission. She doesn't watch these, so I think I'm okay on that one.
She's asking permission. Well, it was funny actually. Yesterday, my buddy sent me because he just moved into his own spot in BC, and he sent me a video of his girlfriend cooking dinner. And I was like, "Wow, you already got her working in the kitchen, man! You guys just started dating." I was like, and he's like, "Pretty much." Like,
That's
holy
awesome.
crap, dude!
Yesterday, Rachel and her friend cooked dinner, but the last 2 days I had cooked dinner. It was just freaking mac and cheese, but I still cooked dinner.
Well, if
So
you
then
define
I just,
that as
well,
cooking.
well, those two were out cooking. I just sat around and I just watched videos on my phone. I was like,
Very productive.
it felt justified actually.
Nice.
It was justified laziness.
You didn't have a beer on the patio? With your
No,
shirt
we didn't
off?
have any beer.
With your shirt off, like other
No.
married men will do.
I don't have enough of a beer belly to pull that off.
That's true.
I need a way bigger gut.
Well, better start down in the coke.
Well, no, after the wedding I can start getting fat.
Oh,
I gotta look good for the pictures
mm,
because those are gonna be forever.
that's
And
true.
and they're definitely gonna be put up on the wall.
That's true.
And I don't want it to be like.
Unlike mine, they were not forever. Come on, you gotta laugh, man. It's fun. I'm okay with that. It's been 2 years, dude.
Making
I
me
like
feel
it.
bad.
Making jokes about that is fine. I like humor.
Mm.
Humor's great. You know how many times I'm talking to my buddies back home and I make a joke about being divorced or something? It's fun.
Fair enough.
It's like if it was like immediately after I got
Takes away the
divorced,
pain of it.
it'd be weird.
Yeah.
But now that it's been a while, I'm like, I'm good with it.
Humor is a fantastic healer.
It's great. What is it, aphrodisiac? Is that the proper word?
That's a thing that makes you aroused.
What?
Aphrodisiac is something that makes you aroused.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was not the correct
No, I don't
word.
think it was. I don't
What's
know what
it
you're
called?
trying
It's like if you see someone smiling, then you smile, and it's like obviously it's contagious, but there's a word for it.
to... Ethan?
Come on, you're smart. Smarter than me.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay. I don't know. Whatever. We'll digress on that conversation. Not an aphrodisiac.
Happiness is infective.
Yeah.
Infectious.
Laughter. If you can't laugh at other people, laugh at yourself. That's what I say.
You know, I hate those signs, but they do have a point. Live, laugh, love. You know, if you live and you laugh and you love, pretty much everything else takes care of it. Takes care of itself, rather. Focus on life. Focus on laughing. Focus on love.
Well, focus on Jesus, but
Well, he's love. And he is your life.
yeah. But it should just be Jesus, 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 not live, laugh, love.
But
Do you think
you can apply them to Jesus?
Do you think God laughs with us?
Oh, I hope he's the best comedian in the world.
I think he's
Above the
hilarious.
world.
I think
Yeah.
he's hilarious, especially that scripture in Job where he's sarcastic to Job about like,
Yes.
so you're the one that did all this stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
when I saw that, I laughed so hard. I was like, you like sarcasm, I know you do. I know you do.
I love the one where I think it was King Herod. He's accepting like all this praise and worship, and then at the, like the last sentence of the book is like, and then he was consumed with worms and died. And I was like, I was reading at a bar. I was waiting for food, and I was just crying laughing. He was consumed with worms and died.
Man, I feel like there's gonna be so much laughter in heaven, because that's just joy.
Yep.
And parties.
No fake laughter.
Parties
If it's all
with
just
Jesus.
like fake laughter, that'd be a little bit horrifying. Just like
I
just like
don't-
millions of
I
people
don't-
fake laughing. That'd be super
I
disturbing.
do not think that will be the case.
No.
Just
be
I mean,
very
Ethan, has
disturbing.
Jesus ever given you a picture of what heaven looks like? Nice. I bet it's good. I know. Oh, I bet. Here is beautiful, but there will be things you've never seen. I know one of my friends, she said she got shown heaven and there was a color she couldn't even describe.
Really?
Yeah. She also got shown hell. Scary.
Yeah, that wouldn't be nice.
Scary place. I do not want to go. Speaking of hell, actually maybe not speaking of hell, but I was watching The Chosen and there was this, I think it's like episode 4 when, what's his name comes off the boat?
Simon?
Yes, Simon comes off the boat and after they get all the fish,
Yeah.
and probably the most I'd cried in a while was when he got on his knees and said to Jesus, and he's like, depart from me. He said that to Jesus in the show, and he's like, depart from me.
Yep.
And then Jesus goes, no,
I'm not departing.
no,
I'm bringing
not.
you with me.
You are the fisher of men.
Yeah. You're coming with.
Man, that hit so hard to home because I'm just like, that's definitely the definition of living in fear of God, because you don't want God to say that to you when you die. You do not want that. I don't want that. I don't want to get up to heaven or meet God face to face and be like, I don't know you.
Yep.
That would be
heartbreaking.
Yep.
Soul crushing.
Eternal damnation does not sound
Would
very
be a
fun.
better-
Frying.
What? Soul frying.
Soul frying. Yeah, well, eternal damnation would do that.
Yeah.
I haven't had time to watch a ton of TV, but I'm trying my best to get through The Chosen because there's supposed to be a new season coming out soon. But it's so good. Even I'm only on episode 5, but it's so good, man.
Season 1?
Yeah.
You haven't seen any of it past that?
No, dude. I literally I don't watch TV a lot. Like if I'm at home, I'm not watching TV,
Dude.
But I've heard.
I think my favorite thing about that is like you can see the scenes in The Chosen, and then you can go to your Bible and you can read about those scenes, and they're very, very, depending on your translation, they're very, very close to being verbatim.
Yeah, and I really like that the actor that plays Jesus is like is Christian too, and like he believes. Like I've seen so many clips of him online talking about it and like actually like being passionate. Like you need someone like that.
He's friends with Mark Wahlberg now.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Marky Mark.
Yeah, and Chris Pratt. I think they all did a what was the Hallowed app? I keep saying advertisements, and it was not Chris Brown.
Definitely. Well, there is a Chris Brown that sings worship music.
Yes,
So.
not that Chris.
Not that
Chris
Brown.
Pratt. Guardians of the Galaxy, all those shows, incredible guy. Mark Wahlberg, and then what's his Jonathan? I can't remember the Jesus actor's name. Jonathan something.
I don't remember his name either, but
yeah, and they do like prayer guided meditations and stuff on this app, and
that's sweet.
It's
man.
really, really cool.
Every time I think of Chris Pratt, I think of that one clip from that one TV show, but it's just definitely not tasteful for
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, very funny, but
he's a hilarious guy, and
he
is
is.
Very,
Have you seen Theo Vaughn lately?
Yeah, he's on fire for the Lord too. So
Dude,
is Joe Rogan.
Dude,
Joe Rogan's diving into the
There's
scripture.
absolute movement going on.
It's
like
crazy.
Not that I am sitting here being like, nah, Theo Vaughn would never, but the first clip I saw of him being like, yeah, I was just filling my life with things that would not.
That dude,
and I was like, me too, man.
Yeah, that dude was a delinquent.
Oh,
like
he was, but he's funny, but he's
so funny.
He
made so many horrible life choices.
Yeah.
But he's such an inspiration to so many people.
And Joe Rogan too is crazy.
Yeah, man. Joe Rogan being like reading, goes to church now.
That's awesome.
That's what I'd have to confirm.
Praise
that,
the
but
Lord.
I had
man,
heard that he
amazing.
was going to church now, and I got to figure out which church so I can say hi.
I just keep seeing clips of Theo Vaughn.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. I love when people with big platforms.
Yep.
Like, and it's something that you can clearly see just the way that he speaks, that something changed in his heart,
Yep.
in his mind and his soul.
Yep.
Because like it seems like he's speaking from his heart so much, you know.
Yep.
And man, that's just when you have people like that speaking out for God and spreading the gospel and spreading what Jesus can do, like it can change so many hearts, so many lives, man.
Yep.
It's actually funny, when last time I was at Zion Night, I was driving home and I drove past, because going towards the 41A, there's a couple of pubs there, and I think I left here like 9:30. I drove past and there's like a bunch of people in line. I was like, Jesus loves you, as I'm driving by, and people are like, and I'm like, whatever. You never know. Plant that seed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
People probably are like, what a crazy person. But
This lunatic, extremist Christian.
I actually was talking to Chib about potentially going to Ralph's on a Saturday night and preaching the gospel.
Yo, I was thinking about that too.
I texted him and he's like, well, we need to pray on that, I think.
Ralph's is the country bar in town here.
Good food during the week.
Good, fabulous food.
Terrible environment on the weekends.
Great steaks. After about 10 o'clock, it's just delinquent behavior, unfortunately.
But we don't judge.
No, we don't.
That's for the Lord.
But it's not where
You'd want to be.
no, like good things don't happen there.
No.
Like I don't say it's not like it's a super bad place necessarily.
Well, no, it's not like people are doing drugs, and I mean,
No.
maybe they will be, but
There's a lot of fights though.
yeah. Well, that's every single club ever.
Yeah.
But no, I was talking to Chibs, and I was like, man, what if we went there and just stood outside and just preached the gospel to some people?
That'd be fun.
I was talking to Victor about it too, and he's like, that's a hard one. Because we would have to have a good amount of people there, because you don't know with drunk people what might happen.
Oh,
so you
for sure.
need to make sure someone's ready for,
We'll bring Big Rick,
white African Rick.
White African Rick.
Nice.
He's a big boy.
That dude's huge.
Every time I give him a hug, I'm just like I can't even get my arms around him. He's so.
That's how I feel like hugging tall Josh too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I just disappear into your stomach.
Every single time I hug him, I have to go up on my tippy toes. He's like 6'7". He's enormous. Oh my god.
Terrible.
How tall is he? 6'7".
My buddy's 6'7", and he's like, "Oh yeah, I stopped saying I'm 6'7". I just say I'm 6'8" now.
6'8" or 6'6".
Because he hates that. He hates it.
Yep.
Why do I always have tall friends? Anytime I'm walking next to someone that's over 6'5", I just feel like a midget.
I feel like you're shorter than me.
Must be really hard.
I'm 5'11".
So
I'm technically 5'11 and a half.
Mm,
So to the world, I'm 6 feet.
yes, that's me too.
Yeah.
We had
Don't give me those eyes of glaring. Oh, I'm short. Dang it.
God hears you when you lie.
True.
I've actually started saying I'm 5'11" because I'm closer to 5'11" than 6 foot.
I haven't measured myself in a while, so I don't even know.
I've shrunk.
Well,
I'm old, but I've already shrunk. Yeah. When I was 18, I was 5'11" and 7/8. Like this much away from being 6 foot, and now I'm like 5'11" and a quarter or something.
well, whatever your ID or your driver's license says, then that's what would be
Oh, it's in
accurate.
Bloody centimeters, so I have no idea.
Yeah,
how
no,
tall
I don't
I
understand why they do that.
I have no
It's quite
idea.
weird. Like, when am I ever gonna get pulled over and be like, you don't match up to your centimeter height. You're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
arrested.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I remember we had the Whispering Pines youth, or no, it was Bible study weekend. We were all camping out at Whispering Pines. We had like a bingo game night, or like a trivia night. And we had tall Josh, 6'7", and then Stephen Finch. How tall would you say Stephen is?
He's about like half inch taller than me.
How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5". So
Yeah, because Kenzie's 5'6".
okay,
He's
so
probably 5'6".
yeah,
I thought you were
okay.
taller than Kenzie.
No, she's taller than me. But only
I swear at your wedding reception, you were 100% the same height.
He was in lifts.
No,
He was in the
she
heels.
didn't wear high heels or anything.
He was in the heels.
She wore flat.
Oh, Ethan's like,
You are
you
not-
better wear them
We're
flats.
not gonna be taller than me.
She also didn't want to, but I had regular shoes and then she had the thinnest shoes. Yeah.
Regular
They're the same
shoes. Nice.
Throw an extra pair of insoles into your shoes.
Couple of
I don't
socks.
care.
Couple of
Everyone's
extra
gonna know
socks.
that I'm shorter,
Uh,
even they're gonna
I'll-
look like,
don't worry,
Why
you-
are you tall, the same length?
Your kids
Yeah.
will be tall.
We'll see.
Probably not.
What do you mean? Both my parents are under 5'7", and I'm almost 6 feet. I'm the tallest one.
I think that's an anomaly.
Yeah, I know that is
Not
quite.
how statistics work.
But both my sisters are taller than my parents.
Weird.
Like, we're all taller than our parents.
You have like a tall grandfather or something?
See, that's hard though, because my dad's adopted, so we don't really know.
Yeah, that messes
Yeah,
up.
there's-
But my mom's side, the Rempel side, all of her brothers are over 6'3".
Oh, so yeah, so,
So there
you
is
definitely-
height in
yeah,
our family.
That's where it came from.
And my grandma, she's tall.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore, because she's definitely gotten the old person shrink. Yeah. Love you, grandma. But yes, it would be nice to know like how tall my dad's side is, but never really bothered him. He didn't really care enough to go. He grew
Fair
up in a
enough.
good family, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I remember Steven and Josh standing beside each other. There's like over a foot in height difference. And Josh had the microphone set up for his height, and then Steven, he's got it like way up here, and he's like on his tippy toes trying to speak up into the microphone. It was way too funny. It was way too funny. Every time he spoke, I had to laugh. I don't even know. I don't think you were there. You had kids.
Was that last year when the young adults did the thing?
Yeah.
I wasn't there either.
Yeah, it was.
See that I would rather be my height than over 6, like 4 or 5.
You can get joint pain if you're too tall.
Not that, but it's like I can fit anywhere. If you're 6'6" to
Yeah.
6'8",
Yeah.
there's trouble.
Josh just about knocked himself out on an airplane one time.
What?
He was just too tall. Coming out of the plane, he like said something to the stewardess or the flight attendant, and then just turned around to like walk out normally, and just like wham, like
Oh.
right between the eyes.
Tall people problem.
Yeah,
Couldn't be me, man.
I feel bad for him, but
I don't. Love you, Josh.
So-
Speaking of Josh, the other Josh,
Jessup.
quickly. Yeah, Jessup, doing great things. Actually ran into someone from Medicine Hat.
Really?
Stella in Tokyo.
oh no way.
Yeah. I saw it on his story, but I talk to him quite often. He's doing so good, man.
That's awesome.
Like, oh, every time I see pictures of what he's doing out there, I just think, man, he belonged there.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's having the time
He's
of his
having
life.
he's having
bro.
a great time.
And we just thank God for his safety out there, and also for just pray for financial support for their trip they're going to be going on soon. I think it is. He posted about it, but definitely need some prayer for that for their missions trip. But should be great. And any other things they're doing there. Seems like, I mean, a guy on my slow pitch team actually, who's also a believer, he asked about him the other day. He was like, "Oh, what's the Christian community like in Japan?" I was like, "Honestly, I don't know, but it seems like it's pretty solid out there."
I think they're very devout, but I think they're like the churches are a little far and few between.
Oh, really?
I think. I don't know a lot about it, but
Well, if anyone knows more about Japan churches and what
we should have Shinny on next.
Shinny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny's next.
Oh, okay.
You're kicked out for the next one, but Danny's
No,
next.
that's fine.
Unless we get a third mic somehow, but
Yeah.
don't even know if there'd be space for 3 people.
It's out of our budget.
When we have a studio, it'll be nicer. But
So going back to your testimony a little bit. So where was the big shift when you were down here? Because I know you when you came back, divorce happened, drove here, packed all your stuff up. What was like the foundation for you becoming a Christian again? Because I know you were baptized in Oyen?
Hilda. Well, when I moved here, I was like, yeah, I'm going to church every Sunday. I'm living my life for Christ. And that was the choice I made. And I met some great people at the Hilda Baptist Church. It holds a very special place in my heart because of that. They welcomed me in when I was miserable. I mean, rightfully so. Obviously, miserable is a stretch of a word. Like, I was very happy with being back with
Of
Christ, but life
was difficult.
Life was difficult at the time.
Yep.
And so the pastor and his wife at the time, Larry and Terry, who no longer pastor there, but Larry actually went to ministry with Pastor Mike.
Nice.
So they know each other well. He actually was mentoring me for a while up until I got baptized, and like helping me through that and what that looks like. And even afterwards, I talked to him as well. But the one thing that his wife said to me was, she said, "I remember seeing you when you first came here at the first Sunday." And then like 6 months after that, she's like, "It's completely different.
Yep.
You are brighter. You look, and I can see it in you spiritually, in your soul. You are just healthier."
Yep.
And that hearing those things are great. And I love that. Oh man, they're awesome. And yeah, I basically just went to Hilda, and then it's a very old school church. A lot of hymns being sung.
Oh no.
And I like certain hymns, but man, I like worship for me is so important. Like, that's where I connect so much with God, and especially with what my verse is. It's about singing, it's about worship, and a lot of the times I'll hear things from God through just listening to worship music or worshiping at church.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? I love everyone here, but everyone's in retirement age. I need some people that are my age. And Larry was like, yeah, you should try going to the Link. Like, I know the lead pastor there. It's great. I actually went to the young adults night first, because I was like, holy crap, I need to meet some people my age. I have no friends.
Was that the night I met you?
Yeah.
Nice.
And the funny thing about that is I was supposed to go like a month before that.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm going to go. Didn't go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go. Oh, baseball game's on. I'm not going to go. Oh, I'm going to go. No, not this week.
Easy to find an excuse.
Oh, so easy. But I will say I went the first time at the right time.
Yep.
It was the perfect time for me to go, and
Yep.
I was ready. And I think even though I was making excuses, I will admit to that, I was definitely making excuses to not go. I think a part of me was also like just waiting until God was waiting for me to be like, no, now.
Yep.
Now you can go.
Yep.
So went to Link Young Adults, met you, met everyone there. Had a great time in small groups, basically with people I'd never met before, sharing my testimony there, which was crazy, something I never thought I would do.
Yep.
And Luke, shout out Luke, came to church on the Sunday and hadn't not gone since, man, other than missing some days when I'm not in town. But it's that, I think basically when I moved here was when I just decided to change my life for the better.
Yep.
And I don't regret a single thing. And I do not miss living that life of depression
No.
at all.
Clamoring for nice things.
No.
I find that actually after I became a Christian, it was weird. Money became like way less important, and saving became so much easier. Because I stopped spending my money on useless garbage.
Yeah.
And I bought so many, like, I'd buy video games, or I'd buy action figures, or, you know, like those,
Funko Pops?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Funko Pops are great.
Like, I would just, you know, I'd see a shiny thing, and that would bring me, like, a tiny bit of joy. But because I met Christ and I gave my life to him, I was already filled with the joy. So I didn't need to fill that hole inside of me.
Yeah.
Because I had
For sure.
him.
You had him.
Yep.
Him.
And it's really nice.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know what, man? Thank you for hosting me,
absolutely.
Today.
It's been a pleasure.
and I'm very happy that I was able to get to share my testimony finally. It's been something I've been wanting to do.
Yep.
A lot of delay in between the last few episodes, but it's been busy for all of us involved, and you can't
Yeah.
really do anything about that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna get even busier for me when we move, but then at least I'll be closer to town. So
Yeah,
it'll
and
be
I've
solid.
been preparing for a wedding and moving and this, that, and the other thing. So
Yeah.
next time we'll talk about politics and the state of the world. No, we won't.
Please no. I do not like politics.
But we are gonna try and talk about some things other than just testimonies. We're gonna try and talk about some things that are happening around the world and how we think Jesus is gonna use those moments for good.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's gonna be a good thing.
But we'll have our first woman on here sharing her testimony and story. The next
woman.
one for episode number 5.
Yes.
But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Jesus loves you. We love you. And just, share the gospel, man.
Yep. Love everyone.
Yes. Love everybody.
All right. Peace.
Au revoir.